everyone. The sponsor of today's video is Ana Luisa Jewelry. Ana Luisa is having an amazing holiday sale for up to 35% off of gorgeous pieces on their website. Ana Luisa sent me these two beautiful pendant necklaces for me to share with my loved ones. I am planning to gift these to my two sister-in-laws, but if you have a sister, a cousin, a friend, anyone in your life who would enjoy a beautiful piece of jewelry, I absolutely recommend Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa's pieces are extremely high quality, especially for the price point. They're affordable with designs starting at only $39, plus the sale of up to 35% off will get you an additional discount. Every Ana Luisa piece is rigorously strength and humidity tested. They're long-lasting, tarnish-resistant essentials you can feel good about wearing. Don't miss out. Check the link in the description to shop on analuisa.com and receive up to 35% off beautiful jewelry. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and let's just wrap some presents. Welcome back to my channel, Ordinary Everydays, where I talk about budgeting, personal finance, and my journey to becoming debt-free. If you're on a similar journey, or if that sounds like your cup of tea, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment down below so I can get to know you and say hi. And yeah, let's get started. Today I wanted to do end of the year, kind of looking back, retrospective at how I did this year, and do kind of a net worth update. So we're gonna take a look at the numbers together and see how we did for 2023, especially how we did with debt payoff compared to the beginning of the year, or compared to when I started this YouTube channel back in May of 2023. So let's dive in and take a look. I've been tracking this separately from the videos I cover every month, just writing in the totals for my savings and then for my debts. And then I do a net worth kind of balance at the bottom of the sheet down here, where I see what my net worth is. For 2023, for my savings category, The biggest change this year was that my 401k balances really increased throughout the year. This is in large part because I started a new job that was highly paid, so I was able to start really building up a lot of savings in my 401k for my new job. And there was a little dip in the stock market here and there throughout the year, but my old 401k from my old job also went up in value by quite a bit. So I started off the year with $54,000 worth of 401k, and I'm ending 2023 with $73,000 in my 401ks. So that was huge progress with savings, and I think it had the biggest impact on my total net worth. Then for stock, I still have some stocks from an old job I'm holding on to for a house down payment eventually, or for an emergency fund, but I'm hoping it's mostly used just to buy a house at some point. That has really gone up in value this year. At the beginning of the year, they were only worth about $12,000, and now at the end of the year, they're worth around $20,000. So that was a huge return investment-wise, and I'm still holding on to them, hoping that the value will continue to grow, and when I'm ready to buy a house, I can cash that out and use it to buy a home, which is my goal for 2024. For my emergency fund, we started off the year at $5,500 or so, but my family and I did a huge cross-country move in February of this year, so that dropped, and I basically used up all of my emergency fund to help pay for the move. So I was down to only $200 in my emergency fund throughout the spring and early summer, but we've slowly built that back up again, and we're ending the year with almost $3,000 in our emergency fund, which is really great and a comfort, because that is something I rely on a lot for unexpected expenses. For the kids' college funds, I started this at the end of 2022, and I started contributing, but because of the expensive move, I stopped contributing during that time. So it really evened out at around $700 altogether for my kids' college funds, which is very low. So starting in 2024, one of my goals is to resume saving up money on their college funds, so we can just put that aside for them, because it's very important to me, and I feel like we're really behind on that. And then last but not least, for my high yield savings, at the end of 2022 and early 2023, I basically received an inheritance from my grandfather who passed, who left me with this money altogether. It was $33,000 worth of money, which was amazing. And prior to receiving that, buying a house like this, only my stock money was what I was going to use for a down payment. But now I also have this additional savings that I'm hoping to invest in a home sometime next year. And that's just been sitting in a high yield savings account. And so the $33,000 was the total inheritance altogether. And then throughout the course of a year, we're ending off at $34,100 because of the high yield interest accruing on that account. So that amount went up by $1,000, which a little over $1,000, which is amazing for doing absolutely nothing except letting it sit there. Okay, so that's the happy section. This is my savings all together. Really good progress on savings this year. Very happy with that. For the debt section, let's dig into this. This is where it gets a little funky. So this year I had credit card debt split between two. Okay, so first split between two credit cards at first. So at the beginning of the year, I had my main daily card, and then I had CC number 2 is my prior balance transfer card. So I was slowly paying off that amount, and then I transferred all of it onto, I basically consolidated both of these credit cards onto a third credit card, which is a 0% balance transfer card, in October of this year. And I can put that video down below if anyone wants more details on that. But I started off the year with very little credit card debt, about $5,000 of credit card debt, $5,500 of credit card debt. And because of the move, that really exploded quite a bit into $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. And then we're ending up the year now at $12.4 thousand of credit card debt altogether. So unfortunately, we haven't made a lot of progress paying off the credit card debt altogether. So I started this YouTube channel in May of this year, and in May of this year I had 7.6 plus 3.7. Let's see what that is. Hold on. Add 7.6 plus 3.7. I had $11,300 worth of credit card debt in May of this year, and then I'm ending the year up actually. So I have not. My credit card balance actually went up throughout the course of the year, and I'm ending the year at a higher balance than when I started this YouTube channel in May. So this is definitely going to be my biggest project for the next year, is making a lot of progress paying this down. And then for my car loans, I actually made quite a bit of progress this year. I started off the year at $26,000 worth of car loans, and we're ending the year at $20,000, almost $21,000. So let's see, 26.2 minus 20.7. We paid off $5,500 worth of car loans. So that is a huge amount of progress. My credit card debt actually went up, so that's bad. And then I also started off this year with a financing loan, which was probably one of the worst financial mistakes I've made in a long time, which we did on the spur of a moment, impulse buy. We wanted a pet, we got a pet financed. And so I eventually paid that off, another $3,000 worth of credit card debt paid off there. And ending the year on a zero balance for that. So I'm ending the year. Okay, let's go to the beginning. So I started off this year with a total savings of $85,500 and total debts in the amount of $34,200, which means my total net worth at the beginning of this year was $51,300. And then we're ending the year with my total savings way up at $131,000 savings. My debts are down, but just a touch, just by a hair, down from 34.2 to 33.1, $33,100 instead of $34,000. And from when I started my YouTube channel in May, they are down quite a bit, from 36.6 to 33.1. So starting from when we started this channel, I paid off $3,500 worth of debt altogether. So we started off the year at a total net worth of $51,000, and we're ending the year with a much higher net worth of $97,900, almost to $100,000 total net worth. So this year, my big goals are continuing to pay off credit card debt, continuing to pay off my car loan, and really start working those numbers down, while at the same time, continuing to contribute to my 401k as much as I can and build up my emergency fund. Although at some point this year, next year, I think I will wind up buying my first home, which is stressful, but I think I'll probably wind up buying my first home, which is going to drain my high yield savings as well as my stock money, most likely. And honestly, probably the emergency fund as well for the move. Hopefully we can cover it all without touching that. But so yeah, the value of the home will then become part of my assets. And I also am not counting here the value of my cars that I do own, which are also assets. I'm not counting those in my net worth calculation, but those would then become a part of the net worth as an asset rather than a cash savings. And then at the beginning of the year, I started this little house fund payment tracker, and I was hoping to save up to $70,000 for a house. We're at I think we're at like $38,000 of like cash savings, cash on hand, not counting the stock, just counting high yield savings and my emergency fund put together, random little tracker. And then I also made this fun graph to look at my net worth for the year, just taking those three totals of total savings, total debt, and total net worth. And here the blue line here is my net worth throughout the course of the year. My savings really went up quite a bit. My debt stayed more or less the same throughout the year, despite paying off this and that. It was an expensive year because of the move that we went on, but my total net worth is ending up at a much higher place than where I started the year at. So that's a fun little way to look at it, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to give a quick net worth update, and I'll be back later for checking in on my December expenses and seeing where we are with that. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.